Alright everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires replay. You might notice there's been a little bit of a lull, but we are back, and we're playing Age of Empires Definitive Edition. So I decided, I've been having a lot of fun playing this over the past couple months, and I just wanted to show you a quick replay of a fun game that I got to play with some of my friends. So this one will be a little bit different. We have a 3v3 match that is on Black Forest. And I am Father Christmas in purple, and I'm playing the Britons. We have Millsy in yellow playing the Indians. And then our last teammate is Bronson in red as the Celts. Now we're playing, this is a rank 3v3, so we're playing 3 random people. This is Sir Fritton as the Aztecs. I'm not sure how to say this game. We have Green as Goths, and we have Cyan as the Turks. So kind of a fun match. You'll kind of notice that with Black Forest, it's going to be a lot of, it's kind of hard to be aggressive early, and you can see that Cyan has already built walls. He sent 2 villagers this early to wall off and prevent any early aggression against him. So obviously walling is very important to this enemy team. Just a reminder, it's purple, yellow, red versus blue, green, cyan. So we have early walls. We even have green walling against his allies. So that's kind of interesting. He's really nervous about some early aggression. Blue side, we do not have we have an early wall out of red, and it looks like we have yellow getting ready to wall up there. So I do build a defensive wall against this aggressive wall here just to be safe. And we already have a double wall out of green and cyan, so they must have been burned in the past where they felt the need to do this. So we're just kind of rolling with the punches. So as the Britons, I like to do a archer build, so you'll be seeing that out of me in a minute here. Still just kind of going through the early progressions of the game. No major mess ups from me at the start, and we'll see what our allies do as well. Right now we do have a little bit of a score league on our side, so that is always good. And we were able to reach the feudal age first, so that's always got some good timings there. We already got a first archery range out of me. I kind of felt like I didn't place my buildings in the greatest spots just because it gets kind of awkward. I have the second archery range walking super far, and we're just trying to see if I can get through this wall here. Out of blue, we don't have really any. We have obviously you need to have some barracks, and they've got some eagles. Obviously this eagle might be trapped though, so that's kind of sad. Out of green, we have 1 barracks. Oh, and we've got some fishing. Alright, we got some fishing going on. And out of cyan, we have no military buildings. I am trying to push out early here through to try and get this done. Obviously, I'm able to prevent this watchtower. But Cyan already has built a defensive stone wall to make sure I am not able to get through. So, obviously, the most efficient way to kill a stone wall is with archers. And Green is out here trying to help out his buddy, building another watchtower, and just trying to build another wall out of Cyan. So they're able to get that completed, and I didn't really feel like losing a bunch of archers to 2 towers, so I decided to pull back. On the other front, we don't really have anything super interesting yet, but we are getting kind of repped up. I'll slow it down a little bit, and we'll just kind of do a quick villager count. Right now, red is in the lead with 53 villagers, with green in second with 49, followed by me and blue as 45. We have Cyan in 31 in last, and Millsy in second to last with 39. So just kind of seeing where everyone is match up. You will notice right here, the reason why Millsy is a little bit behind in villagers is he is going up to Imperial Age at the 27th minute. So that was something that he kind of planned on doing since the Indians really have strong Imperial Age units. So that is something that he is trying to take advantage of, especially in this non-aggressive game, and he is in the pocket, so you might as well get that started. We do have some trade opening up between red and purple, and obviously we've got multiple castles being built, and right now all I have are crossbowmen, so I'm not really looking forward into going into that. On the other front, we have red and blue, and it looks like blue is just building up a castle, so nothing super exciting. In the middle, we have a third wall. Really making sure no one gets through there. And, yeah, still waiting for that attack. We have a defensive ram right here, so that's pretty good. And we'll keep things going here. We got some fishing traps, that's always good. And I'm getting kind of annoyed with this. I like to play more aggressive in games, so this standing around is bothering me. I knew that I would need to have some Mangonels out at the front lines, obviously with an enemy Mangonel knocking down my palisade wall. So that kind of was a trigger to me that there's probably something coming my way. Blue is building up some eagles. He has no way of getting through, but glad he has them. And yeah, we have a Mangonel off right here. I get the first shot, which is always great. And I kind of take that as I'm hoping that there aren't any more, which there aren't at the moment. So I'm sick of these palisades, so it might as well be time to get those out of the way. And I'm just going to do this really quick here, in case that's too loud for everyone. And this is kind of the first, I would say, major battle coming in. And I am going to try and punch through. If you look at my Fog of War, I have no idea that there's two castles here, so this is kind of a just early scouting run. Probably not the best matchup for me, having archers against all of these Eagle Warriors, since they are very resistant to arrows. But that is my strength is the Britons, and that is what I'm going to commit to, for better or for worse. So after seeing these castles, I decide that I should probably fall back, because that's not going to be what it is. I decide that I want to get into Imperial Age, which I am researching right here, get my techs up, and I figure I can blast through here with some more trebuchets. So that's kind of what my head's at. I don't really have much perspective as what my allies were doing. I know that they're just trying to get their resources up, and I know that Yellow is trying to get a lot of Imperial camels, which he is starting to build. I am booming, so trying to get to 3 town centers, trying to get as much as I can. We do have a villager high right now of 116 out of blue and 115 out of red, so these two are the economic powerhouses at the moment. We have 4 town centers in that small area, so he's definitely all in on that. We'll look over at Blue's base, same thing, a lot of farms evenly spread out in between those town centers. And now we have our first kind of aggression here. If you're paying attention, you'll notice a theme against these opponents of mine here. They are all very strong against arrows. And if you look at my team composition, I have obviously onagers and I have crossbowmen. So this is a bad matchup for me, and I do struggle with this as we will watch as this plays out. So I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. We do have a major save out of these Imperial Camel Riders. In the moment, I didn't really realize how much damage they were doing until I watched the replay for the first time. And they clean up all the Janissaries, and they do a lot of damage to these. They killed a lot of these bomb cannons. On the other side here, we have our first kind of scrimmage over here between red and blue. We have a lot of spearmen coming out of red, and then we also have a lot of Huskarls coming in with, luckily for me, I have Camel Riders coming in to defend. So that was very huge on my team's part. We have simultaneously a pretty big battle out of red, and you'll notice that the green line, you'll kind of notice this in the mini-map, will keep going, and that is all the Huskarls coming out of the Goths' barracks. Over here we have 3 archery ranges built, and these Camel Riders are doing major work, ripping to shreds all the opponent. I definitely could have been helping there with my Arbalest, but I'm not, so... now we have a pretty good offensive. These is a bad matchup for red, but it's probably anticipated. Well, I guess he's playing blue, so there's no horses, but that's the SX. I decided to cut through here and get some extra gold. And now I'm trying to clear out the rest of these archery ranges. Obviously, blue is focused at his base because he's under major attack. So these are a lot of Eagle Warriors, elite Eagle Warriors, coming through, and they're going to try and knock down these trebuchets. So these are kind of the two. We got the archers and the camel riders to help take out these elites, and we have Red on his own trying to face off all of these Eagle Warriors. He's got 3 castles, lots of barracks, got another one coming up, so we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, you can kind of see that it's kind of a battle of attrition. We got a standstill over here, but on the other side we have a kind of a breakthrough into red. This is kind of the first push from the opposing teams. But we'll see something pretty big here. We have a huge push out of yellow straight into the heart of blue. So obviously palisade walls aren't going to do great to stop a bunch of elite camel riders. This kind of drew the attention back from blue, which was super helpful because the Goth flood is coming in. At the same time, I am trying to kill this Cyan castle, but these bombard cannons are being super annoying, and I don't really know how to counter them in the moment. But over here, we have lots of camel riders taking down that university, but deciding, you know, let's keep it at 28 health, why not? And just kind of raiding the eco of blue. There's a lot of villagers riding around. And we'll kind of see the village count of blue here. He's at 85 now. As you know, earlier he was at 115. So these camel riders... Oh, we tried to get a quick wall right there. But this definitely turned the tide for red and blue's favor. Just kind of taking blue's, all of his focus outside of his main push. And now red is pushing in with his elite wood raiders. Probably a better matchup than those pikemen against those Huskarls. Down here, I'm trying to be kind of sneaky, and I'm using some of my onagers to cut through these trees and get into blue, because I know that it's not going to work up here. I've tried multiple times, and it's not working. More importantly, we have a pretty big raid into blue. Blue is down to 65 villagers, so he's lost almost half of his villagers. And these castles probably could have been in a better spot. And we have a forward castle coming in out of yellow. Up here, we have a different story, as blue is destroying some innocent stone miners. And they do a great job. Obviously, Turks are good with gunpowder and cannons, so Cyan is doing exactly that. Back at blue, we have kind of a gutting of blue up here, and definitely a good team combo between the Wood Raiders and these obviously Siege Onagers out of them. This is kind of, I kind of felt the momentum shift between the two teams. Obviously, we're raiding the eco of green with these Wood Raiders, and I have a ton of Arbalest into the heart of Cyan. And it looks like he's more paid attention up here because he didn't really react until it was kind of too late. I was already taking care of a lot of these villagers. At the same time, red is killing a ton of these green villagers. It doesn't look like he's noticing because he's not pulling them away. This is a very aggressive attack onto these camel riders into a castle. Interesting choice out of blue, but that is the choice he is making. He's got them to spare, so you know, why not? Back here I have some forward siege, and luckily for me, this pulled the attention. He was kind of pushing into here. If he was smart, he would have kept going because I had nothing to defend, and I'm just trying to clear up some of that. Finally takes down the castle with these riders. Oh, I guess they might not have. They don't have mirror holes, then what am I talking about? So it looks like he's trying to get the rest of those, trying to kill some of these champions out of green. But like we noticed earlier, green is getting picked apart by the Wood Raiders. We'll do a quick village count. Obviously, major lead out of red at 138. The village count of blue is down to 26. We're down to 72 for green and 55, and that is going down in the moment. For Cyan. Obviously, the Brins get a major. Every time they gain an age, they gain extra range. So that is what's going on there. We have a pretty good matchup, camels against some champions. And I'm just trying to get as many villagers as I can while I'm up here. We even have some green farmers far from the homeland, and they have no way to escape because they are walled off. We do have an interesting thing I noticed last time I watched through this, is there's some petards right here. I'm not sure what those are going to be used for, but they are there. So as you can see here, blue is almost dead completely. All he has left is this little outpost here, and he's trying to hang on. But unfortunately for him, his partners are getting gutted as well. Green with the last bastion of hope, but we have Wood Raiders on the way. Once they clear this out, this will be kind of the end of the Goth Flood from the upper right hand corner, so it's definitely a good idea out of the yellow player. And just trying to get a few more villagers before these guys die. They definitely got their money's worth. I decided to take out that trebuchet, and this is a very beneficial shortcut for me into Cyan. We got another aggressive there. We got tons of Wood Raiders, and blue's kind of building up in this last little area. You'll notice that there's a very large amount of bombard cannons, and I struggle with this because I definitely should be building more cavalry, but I don't because I'm stuck into thinking I need more archers. So that's what I'm going to build. If you see in here, I'm building archers and champions. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Now we're just trying to clear the rest of this up. We have a forward town center to get that gold. Very smart out of yellow. And just trying to clear this up for me. And this is one thing I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with. I was kind of getting nervous in the moment. So just kind of cleaning up the rest of blue here. And then green is putting up a counteroffensive into trying to take back his friend's lands. These bombard cannons are doing major work. I figure if I can get up close, maybe I can get a few, which works a little bit. He kind of forgets about this one, actually. If you watch here, he'll be able to kill this last unit. But this is a deadly combo against me. Simultaneously up here, we have red trying to push forward. Just trying to clear out the rest of blue in this area. And I finally decided to build some light cavalry. Decide that'd probably be a better way to get into the face of all these bombard cannons. And I'm able to finally clear most of that up. Back to the exciting area, we have some siege monitors destroying a town center. Forward production, lots of stables and castles out of red and yellow. And I am finally able to get the last remaining Janissaries out of my area. But they were able to push me back pretty far and destroy some of my buildings. So now we're cutting away into here to have yellow be able to clear up that. We have some defensive trebuchets watching onward. And just kind of taking down the last little area for blue. And yeah, he is down to 30 villagers, and that number is about to go down with all these camels that just got in there. So that's going down to 10. Blue does resign. Green does resign as well. Sees the writing on the wall. Kind of the last fight is Cyan, the last holdout of the opposing team. I decided to get some more archers in there. Doesn't go great for me. Trying to micro them away from these Janissaries and trying to kill some more. So, let's look at the stats, shall we? Leave map. Obviously, MVP of the match is Bronson. He was able to hold off that double attack with the sneak attack out of Yell, so that was definitely a great combination. Most units lost out of Milsey. No, least units lost. We have 759 lost out of Green, which makes sense considering he is the Goths. All right, you might see this tribute score. That's because Red had to leave at the last second, but then they instantly resigned, so it kind of worked out that he was still around. 100% of the map explored. That's because we're on Black Forest and it doesn't show Fog of War. And this Imperial time of 27 minutes, incredible considering he did not have any resources slinked to him. All right, and lastly, Village High of 141 out of red. That'll definitely get you the most resource. 131 out of blue. Well, hopefully everyone liked what you saw, and things keep going well. I'll try and get some more games recorded. I'll talk to you later.